この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Jujutsu Kaisen episode 21, and we're good, right? Like, everything's fine now. The shit was bad, and now it's not. Thanks, Gojo. God, it's good to have a godlike, powerful entity here to just clean up the messes. So, now we get back to the competition? We just transition back, maybe do a little bit of, finagling on figuring out what the fuck just happened, but honestly, overall, no harm, no foul. Megumi might have some weird seeds in his body that are sapping his life force, but otherwise, all is good. All we lost was a finger, and that's negligible, at least for now, until it becomes part of a much larger conspiratorial plan that is sure to upset the balance of our world. But for now, we're good. Back to fun and games, and, well, there's been a little bit of a spoiler because I cannot, for the life of me, stop the Juju Sanpo or the ED at the right freaking time. I can't do it, and so I got spoiled on one thing. Baseball. The fuck? Okay, so I have a theory about this, and it makes a lot of sense, I think. The theory is, this is going to be kind of a fun episode. The part of it that makes sense is that people told me a few episodes ago, for my planning purposes, that episode 21 would be best as the end of a watch, or a watch on its own. And that's what we're probably going to do today, unless we get wildly cliffhanged. We're going to watch episode 21 on its own, and maybe it will just be fun. Please? No death, murder, fear of losing everything? For one episode, little break in between, get to be friends, and talk about besto friendzo, and I don't know, Toto can do crazy clap tricks during baseball. Like, can he? So this is wild, but any object that contains cursed energy, right? So he could just just switch with anybody on the field, right? He couldn't, like, switch with the baseball unless it was imbued with cursed energy. And you just throw a baseball and suddenly Toto is there and he's just rocketing at the same velocity. I don't think that's how it works. That would be cool, though. I'd love a fun baseball episode. Some of my favorite episodes of anime of all time have been baseball episodes. One of them in particular stands out to me all the time, and every time that I recommend a particular show to people, I bring up the fact that this episode exists as part of a way of explaining a particular director's direction style, and that is the baseball slash hip-hop. Should mention that it's a fusion baseball slash hip-hop episode of Samurai Champloo. To be fair, most episodes of Samurai Champloo are somewhat slash hip-hop because of the thing, but I always bring it up as an example because it's such a fucking excellent individual fun episode that's totally disparate from everything else in the show, and that's the nature of Samurai Champloo and the director of it, who brings in a lot of different episode directors to take their own visions to fruition in their own episodes. Same with Space Dandy and Cowboy Bebop to some extent. Thanks. It's good stuff. Baseball episodes are fun. I'm just gonna yell one word, and it will, I think, by yelling this one word and expressing to you that this is the only thing that I know about Japanese baseball, you will understand how much I know about Japanese baseball. Otani! And that's all I know. That's all I know. So maybe we'll get some weird memes and references that I won't get. Maybe I'll just be able to laugh at the American sport of baseball being more popular in Japan than it is here. And honestly played way harder. It's so weird to me. Baseball as a sport is so weird to me. I'm gonna lose a chunk of my American fans here in a second. I fucking hate baseball. I think it's a shite sport, and I would take almost any other sport over it, with the exception maybe of golf. There, I lost the other half as well. Yeah, did it. Look, this is no secret. I am no sports ball boy. My athletic pursuits are lifting heavy things sometimes, and riding an electric unicycle. Which is surprisingly athletic and requires a lot of balance and stability and stuff. But I'm not a sports ball guy. And of all of the various iterations of sports ball, including the ones that I can't play because of somewhat physical restrictions. Like, I'm never gonna have a great time playing basketball because I'm 5'5" and male, and like, you gotta be 5'10" or like a little more. You're just fucked. People are gonna discount that, be like, there have been so many great basketball. Yeah, I'm not one of them. Not one of them. Not one of them. But of all of them, baseball, I could never get it. It's so slow, and there's so much gating between the like physical prowess of individual competitors. Like, there's so much space between them and so little direct interaction, except for one interaction really, which is the pitcher and the batter, which is kind of cool. I like that idea, but then everything else about the rules I fucking hate. I think they suck. I think baseball is shite, and you can take that away with you and get mad at me. Yarg. But anyway, some of my favorite episodes of anime are baseball episodes, and I would love for this to join their ranks. Although, I don't know, maybe it could. It's possible. And I'm going to do a related drawing that is thematic, contextually relevant. By the way, have you noticed me being a little off right now? I'm noticing it. Yesterday was the first time that I've had caffeine in over a month. I know I'm Teeaboo, the tea guy, but my adrenal glands were getting real fatigued, and so I took a hard break from all of tea and coffee and caffeine and chocolate of all forms and sorts. Yesterday I had some tea, felt pretty weird. Didn't end up recording anything because I felt pretty weird. Today, I've poured half a pot in the mug, but I only drank about half of it, so I've had half a mug of tea. I'm lit. I'm ready. I'm fucking buzzed. No, I'm just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna draw a drawing. It's gonna be baseball related, and it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Here and here. Uh-huh. Oh god, it looks really wrong at that current point in time. I'm gonna fix that in just a... Oh no, it's worse. Okay, this goes whoop. This goes whoop. Ooh, okay, so it actually goes like that. And it actually goes like that. Rocky clouds are so cool. Oh, that's a baseball. Yay. Yay. So, of course, it had to be perfect out of respect for the Rocky. Yeah. Yeah. All right, sports ball time. Episode 21 of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description. Timer on YouTube. Beep beep timer to count you down. Let's go. Is this inside of Sukuna? No. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, you sucked. Oh, hi, Hanami. Well, that's 2 who have been bested heftily by... Oh. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think even weakened, man. Hmm. Wow. The tension in between bad guys. I love it. Shit. Oh. Not one. I was wrong. Cursed Womb death paintings? Oh. Whoa, so then how did they find it? Hmm. Maybe that's all he's got. Oh. Ah. Oh! There you are! Oh, to track it! You ding-dongs! That's smart. I didn't even think of that. Easily handled comparatively. Okay, so this, like, we're Ocean's 11ing it, going back to the beginning. Thin them out. To force him to try to get in. Somebody puts a barrier against you, obviously the big thing is going to be inside the barrier, not outside of it. Hmm. Yeah. A landmine for him? For Sukuna or for Itadori? He was interested in Megumi. But I thought that was because of the technique thing. Which means we'll have a period of relative peace. That tracks. Oh, washed away. So who was the one observing? That curse temptation. He's just pleased with that. Good. Good. You're finally becoming what you're meant to be. Yeah, okay. That was cool. We get to see the actual execution of the plan before we know what the plan is. Then we jump back out of it and can explain the plan. That's fun. That's fun. Blades in the Dark heist sequence style. A landmine for Sukuna is interesting. A landmine for Itadori, sure. So then how does Fushiguro fit into Sukuna's plans? I don't know. He's too unpredictable. Oh, that was baseball. I noticed that the first time I watched through the episode, through the OP, and I forgot about it completely. So have they discovered the missing fingers? He's gonna say no, yeah. Oh, he agrees. Interesting. Yeah, you captured a psychopath. And he wasn't let in on the plan complete. Like, they're not... He's a stooge. That's actually it? Whoa! Whoa! Careful planning. Might have been a plant spirit that Mahito's like intentionally manipulating. Or that's just been forced into Hanami's current state by, like, humanity. Yeah, the pieces aren't all there, man. No! What about our baseball? Thank you. No, I'd say you are Nakama. 100%. What is going on, Megumi? He did get beamed in the gut. Oh, because you'd already expended a lot of it? Oh, because it would have pulled, like, dug in more to get more out? Blech. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Mm. Fair. Embraced out. Worship Cassandra. I agree. The conviction to doubt your convictions is serious business. Yeah. Oh my god! Now he's your biggest fan. What? You don't know me at all. All right, this is silly and fun. Yes. Oh. No, you're great. You're great, Miwa. Top tier normie. I mean, okay, compared to all these super powerful sorcerers, you're not great, but... I mean, kind of. She just used it, right? Oh my gosh, he's the ump. Should probably be wearing... Oh, I guess he doesn't need a mask or any pads or anything. What's the baseball gonna do? Hit him? It literally can't, right? So he's fine. I was gonna say he should be in gear, but he shouldn't. He should be doing whatever the fuck he wants. Of course. Okay. Okay. Transition to Toto music. Oh my god, he's big. He's he's big hair guy in Hajime no Ippo. Holy shit, I just put it together. He's big pompadour guy. Oh my god, he's the same guy. He's actually the same guy. Kuwabara? No, that's Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh shit. So they've changed it up. Of course. Suggestions from whom? Like baseball gloves. Baseball! Gojo. Gojo, I feel like you rigged it. The mango she left in the fridge is missing? Why would you let a mango ripen in the fridge? Doesn't that take forever? In my experience, it takes forever. So far, no power usage. Can write his own name now. Good job, Bone. Hey man, we're playing baseball. I'm not here to have a conversation with you. Oh. Oh. Ooh, Divine Dog. Hmm. A reciprocity. Hmm. Hmm. You wanna maybe open your eyes? You got the important part done. Okay, get a credit card. Relatable. Uh. Oh. Hey, he's an official pitcher. Oh. God, she stole her mango. She stole her mango. You motherfucker. Hey. Good job. Nice. No. There's a clever bunt, though. Got her on second. What? I mean, don't we all? Yeah, chill. Base is loaded? Or no, we're missing one. We've got first and third. No protein powder. How does she get so jacked? Oh my god, Maki's gonna slay this. She's all physical training. Gone. Don't do something stupid. Oh, it's flying lady. Fuck you. Okaka! One? Brutal. Tori denies this? We won middle school nationals before. Ah. After all our time playing together. Yeah, then they would be down 2. Nice, bitchy. All of his team. No, Toto. Oompy. What the fuck? These people are so toxic. He's just dangerous. He's just dangerous. As we watch the ants who require that communalism. Yeah, a quick balancing act doesn't work. Jujutsu sorcerers. Always. That's what you can do. I will say that the little smidges of animation for the actual moments are really good. A lot of sports shows look a lot worse. There will be time for that. Time on October 31st, probably. Ah, into the blue sky. She gonna catch that one too? Yeah, get wrecked. Get a faster broom. Baseball winner, Tokyo. Ah! Our carefully constructed metaphor! It's fine. They're ants, they're fine. Oh my god, that's the episode. It was so fast. It's just the nature of the beast. I'll say that this ED has really grown on me from the first time I heard it and was like, Alright, will the sample be more or less silly than the full episode? Depends on what the bread's made of. Then it's rice. Of course. It's a pun! I'm gonna get it this time. It's still one frame! I went so early! Okay. Whatever. We didn't actually learn anything this time, which is great. There's a character that we've never seen. Femnonomy? Yeah, maybe? No. This was very fun. This is also going to be one of the shortest discussions on an episode that I think we've had, because there are a few cool things here, and mostly it's fun. Cool thing number one, I love the flashback sort of sequence where we have finished off the thing, we've got questions about how it happened, we answer those questions and reveal the pieces of the plan that have been in motion from the beginning, and the pieces that might not have made perfect sense. Why outside the veil? Wouldn't you want to trap him in? No, you want to distract him. You want to give him a goal that he needs to get to that's far away from the other goal. It's a big red herring. A veil with your students in it getting attacked by a giant monster. He's gotta get in there. But that's not the play. The play is to keep him away from out there. Fucking brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. I like seeing their being a little bit wrinkled by Sukuna's presence. It's cool. He wrinkles up all our plans, and he wrinkles up all of their plans too, and that's kind of a good thing. He's too much of a wild card for us to predict, as evidenced by the principals talking, and worrying about it, and he's also too much of a wild card for the bad guys to predict, and we've seen that more than once. He does not follow Mahito's plans. He does not do anything, and he will fuck with you and say no exclusively just to spite you because he realizes you want something. Even if you line everything up and you're offering him something that Sukuna probably wants, if it's to get you closer to your goal and he has any desire to fuck with you, he's gonna be like, ha, 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 laughing, teeth out the ears like, fuck you. Wrinkle, monkey wrench, monkey paw. Lovely, really cool. Shouldn't set it off until the moment that we need it yet, that we need it most, and we present the whole plan. A few curse users and a new reveal. The test run will be monitored by another human, who I'm guessing is the monk, but it's unclear. We've got blonde guy, we've got Juzo being axe guy, right? No, Juzo is the blonde guy. Okay, I'm glad I checked. Juzo is the blonde guy with the long hair. I don't know who Axe Guy is. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. And then it will be overseen by one other person who cannot be trusted to follow orders. I guess maybe he is talking about Juzo there? Okay, so he lists Juzo the Blonde as disposable, can't follow instructions, and they don't mention the cursed toolmaker guy at all. I wonder, does his name mean crab or anything? Is there a pun happening as we wash away the crab? I don't know. I don't care. Hanami, and Juzo almost has this thrilled desire to kill. Really interesting that seems to be entirely innate in Juzo, and it's something that Hanami is bubbling up within Hanami, right? It's like they talk about Hanami being closer to a nature spirit becoming a curse, or like somewhere in that in-between world, and we know that that's what these spirits are. They're formerly the land and sea and sky and stuff. So it makes me wonder if their turn against humanity could be reversed, and in the same breath, whether Mahito and Geto are intentionally manipulating them toward the path of destruction in order to turn all of the world against humans and sorcerers and stuff, with intent. And in fact, I'm wondering whether Geto has maybe been doing that for a while. It wouldn't be that hard to execute some long-term plans that cause a lot of planetary destruction in the eventual interest of aligning the planet that's being destroyed with your goals. Just shift the blame onto somebody else and bada bing, bada boom. I'm glad that we get this sort of wondering from the staff, and particularly the moments of something doesn't quite sit right from Gojo, because these characters are the ones who are trying to figure it out, and they're in charge of this whole thing, and they've been bested in some real way. They don't quite understand how, because the shoe hasn't dropped. It's funny, this came up just watching an episode of Dimension 20 yesterday. There's a character who says, look, if the world isn't blown up yet, that means the bad guys are missing something. There's something that they need that they don't have, otherwise the world would be blown up by now. So we've got to figure out what it is that they need. And that's sort of the feeling that I get. They went through all this effort to enclose this veil, to keep Gojo out, to set Hanami up to fight, and all they did was run away, and a couple of fingers went missing? Something doesn't add up here. What is it? This had to have been the play. So why doesn't it feel like there was a play? Because this is part of a bigger plan, and it's not all clear yet. I like it. It's a really good example of sort of like internally siloed information. The author knows all the plans everywhere, but the characters on one side don't, and the characters on the other side do. So the author drip feeds information to us, more information than the characters on good side get, and through specific events, drip feeds tiny, minuscule pieces of information about the bad guys' plans to the good guys, and they know less than we do, but we know less than the whole of the thing. So we're like a one step ahead of our good guys, sometimes, depending on when the author drip feeds. It ends up being cool. This works really well, and it makes it feel to me that the mystery in world is reasonable, especially because there are pieces of the mystery in my head that aren't fleshed out yet. I think this is a good way of writing a sort of ongoing mysterious plot, and I might steal elements of it. It's hard to do in the form of sort of storytelling where this would be most useful to me, which is Dungeons and Dragons-y style tabletop role-playing, in part because it's very strange in a game like that to cut from your players and cut over to the antagonists, because your players wouldn't have any reason to be seeing them, right? But I've seen some people do it, and it works surprisingly well. Showing what's going on in bad guy land is a classic movie and film and TV show trope, because how else are you gonna do it? You're just gonna follow your good guys as they wander toward a nameless, faceless enemy? No, you gotta reveal what the Demon Lord is up to a little bit. Anyway, I think it's a cool way of writing this little mystery and sort of pulling us out of the chaos and tension and death and terror of the last episode and moving us into a little bit of a time of peace, because that's what we're getting here. There's a bit of time before the shoe will drop on October 31st in Shibuya. And during that time, the bad guys, though we don't know it, are going to be pulling their foot off the gas in order to, consolidate power and gather their cards and be ready to play them all at once to blow everything up. So This eases us in. Our characters can talk about a bunch of things, and do. And the two conversations that stand out most are, of course, the one with Megumi here, where he talks about their convictions, questions them, and then has some interesting things to say about it. And the one with Kamo a little bit later, where he asks some interesting questions as well. I want to dive through these because I just want to see how the lines go. We both said our convictions were proper ones, and we'll stick to them. And I believed it too. But looking back, maybe we were both wrong. And Nobara immediately says some questions don't have answers. You'll hurt your head, or you'll go bald trying to think about it. And I've got two thoughts on that. One is that's exactly right, and the second is that's an easy cop-out. Some things are worth thinking about really hard and coming to a conclusion on. It's really easy on hard problems in particular, especially hard problems without clearly delineated obvious solutions that require especially extrapolating information out or bringing in a framework or a framework, a moral framework or a logical framework or something to flesh out your reasoning behind an action or not doing the action. A lot of those things are really worth thinking about because they will have a material effect on how you make choices in your life. And once you've ironed out some of those core principles, if you do, you'll find that a lot of smaller things are immediately answered yay or nay by your alignment to those core principles. What I really like, I like the willingness to concede that you're not able to answer a question yet, at least, and to be willing to, one, strive toward an answer, and two, not beat yourself up about not having one yet. Because you have to live the life that you're living, and sometimes you have to make choices without having made a choice yet. It's the nature of our world. You don't get to pause at a save point and walk away from your video game screen and consider which choice you really want to make. You got now, and you're going to make the choice now, and it's going to affect you forever. And a lot of choices you make by not making them, if that makes sense. By hesitating at all, you've made the choice already. So I really, really like questioning your convictions. I think it's incredibly important, but I also think it's really important to stay away from the, I guess there is no answer, shrug, I'll just go by my intuition forever. Maybe there's an answer, and maybe it's a worthwhile one. Maybe you have to write the answer. Maybe you have to come up with one and prove it to yourself and not to anybody else. Maybe it doesn't need to fit somebody else's framework or somebody else's perspective. Maybe you don't even need to be able to convince them of it, but you can come up with an answer that convinces you. It's about whether you can come to terms with it. You have to stay true to yourself to accept that. And I said, the conviction to question your convictions is really serious. It takes more than most of us are made of, I think. I'll surpass you in no time. All right. And then Toto is there. And we went to middle school together. Suddenly we've got this whole backstory that just doesn't exist. It's been Ocean's 11 flashbacked in. Toto is just having flashbacks and manifesting them into reality. Hell yeah. Who broke my sword? Okay, over to baseball. And the baseball itself looks great. I said before, I don't care about the sport, but characters running and sliding and jumping and throwing and stuff, it all looks lovely. Of course, Toto is like, Tozen! We gotta do this. We gotta get stronger. We shouldn't be mourning people who we're not close to. And also, it's gonna be fun. I really want to. Yeah, the regrets from our school life hang over us until the day we die. Awesome. Alright, individual battles are a scam. The little flash-ins and the pieces of information within them are amazing. Amazing. Miwa leaving a mango to ripen in the fridge, and then knowing that it is Zenin Mai who stole that fucking mango. 100%. She happened to get over her hatred of mangoes just at the right time to steal somebody else's. Of course she did. Of course she did. And fucking Gojo planned this. He rigged it. You know he rigged it. this all looks great. The sky art is cool. The running is fun. The sliding is good. It's all believable for an interspersed conversational baseball piece that's a lot of fun. Conversational, indeed. Goddamn pooping from a particular style of ramen. Don't you need a helmet? Total ignore. Why did you sorcerer? Just kind of happened, but then I'm a lonely guy, and there's a reciprocity to it, to helping people. We haven't really talked about this before, that there's a selfish benefit to altruism, we might say, or to assisting others. I guess it fits the umbrella of altruism. I guess when I say altruism, I think of giving unto others generally, but sacrificing of yourself, fighting for others, those things I think still can fit in the same umbrella. I want to help lots of people, and when I die, I want them to watch over me. We've never really gone here to expanding contemplation of one's own death to the desire to have others around you during that death. We haven't really talked about that directly. It's more selfish, and yet I'd say more human in a lot of ways, to have this pass on and maybe they relight your torch as well, kind of a relationship with the people you help or the future or the children or the whatever it is. I think it works. It ends up being a simple answer that's a really good answer. And I think an answer that has worked for many millennia, for many people of different types. That your actions might be repaid in some kind, that there is something like a golden rule. It's pretty solid. And of course, we realize that Kamo heard the same lines in many ways from his own mother, that his helping of other people will cause them to acknowledge him and eventually to help him in turn. And then one day when you've become a great sorcerer, come and get me. The saddest face, which totally reeks to me of her believing that she's not going to be alive for that, I think. I have no idea, but yikes. Come get me when you're a powerful sorcerer, okay? So I feel like there might be something of that hope for reciprocity here in what she says to him. Maybe you'll remember what I tried to do for you, and indeed this sacrifice I'm making by leaving, and will come and help me in turn. A potent individual personal family connection for Kamo that's linked to Itadori by their conversation and by a really strong thematic through line, and helps tie these characters together even further. A great reason. Can't hit for shit. Mechamaru pitching thing, amazing. What? No, it's Mechamaru. totally Mechamaru. And this is what I mean. Like these snappy, like bam, boom, bing, boom. These are as good as most freaking baseball sports shows. Wants to punch a zebra, fucking hell. The little cuttings are wonderful. They're really wonderful. Can't tolerate protein powder. What the fuck? I cannot comprehend that. I've had some protein powders that I cannot tolerate, but dude, food science has gotten good. Like, they make some tasty protein powder nowadays. Shit, what are you doing, Maki? You're doing something wrong. I promise you are doing something wrong. You mixing it with water? Is that what you're doing? Trying to stay lean? Mixing your protein with water? Fuck off. Alright, it doesn't matter. Silly, goofy, glorious. Everybody hates Todo. And a real deal conversation. It's not about liking or hating him. And he couches it in an appeal to authority. He's not allowed to exist under the laws. But it's not whether it's right or wrong, it's how the laws be, right? He doesn't offer any personal insight, which I think he does for a reason. He's only alive because of Gojo's whims. He clearly doesn't believe he should be alive. Rules of the group must not bend for the individual. Have we had any significant moth imagery? I don't think so. Otherwise, there might be like a double layer symbolism to the moth going by and all that jazz. I don't think so. I don't think we've had any moth symbolism. Would have been really easy to work in there with like cocoons, chrysalises, and stuff. And then if you've got the group of ants tearing apart the like pieces of the moth, and the moth has grown up and then been slain, so it's like got too big for your britches maybe or something. Try to bring in that balance of life. He worked super hard, all these things. They're going to stack up a lot of regrets. All we can really do is watch over them. I like it. I like it. What did this say? Prefers bread for breakfast, ham, cheese, and a bit of pepper sauce. Not bad, man. Not bad. I'll be honest, I can't do ham and cheese. Can't do it. Something about what happens when the cheese and the ham are together, especially if they're heated like at all. Just hard turn off. Cannot do it. Let's save our regrets for later. And it's a beautiful, beautiful swing, a home run knockout, and a clean end of episode. All right. Do people think this is a filler episode? I bet people think this is a filler episode, and I'm okay with thinking that. That's a reasonable thing to think. Most of the content of the episode is like kind of just fun. But there's a lot sprinkled in here. There are some real moments of characters evaluating themselves and their surrounding peers. And I think they're maybe important foundation work as we move forward. Either way, I really enjoyed this episode. I think it works perfectly as a straightforward, fun time one-off. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'll be honest, I am tempted to watch another episode, but I think this works so well on its own, and I'm intuiting that there's something that I'm going to watch next week. So, for today, I will say thank you very much for watching along with me this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen where we played a baseball. It was fun, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll see you next week for more episodes. Not promising that, but probably we'll watch more episodes. You feel me? I hope you feel me. See you next week. Peace.